Oh, it's your boy, 'cause I'm a fury. And what's good with you tonight? What's good? It's 'cause I'm a fury in your hood. I'm just fucking around, y'all. What's going on? I'm beating the camera in a moment, just setting up some things here. You know, good evening. You know, it's been crazy, but got a little bit to talk about. Nothing too crazy today. I'm gonna go in various different sources. So, once again, what's good? My name is Kareem, but you can call me the Fury. Not the Fuhrer, because I'm not racist, motherfucker. Anyway, let me stop playing around. Without further ado, what's up, y'all? I will be going, and hey, man, what is good, everybody? Because I'm a Fury, and we gonna get started on some things. And I don't know if y'all heard what's been going on with the gaming, well, not gaming industry, but what's going on with the movie industry and how I think it's going to affect the gaming industry. You know, AMC and Universal have struck in this deal where a couple of weeks into after a movie is released, it will be on video on demand. Like, I would say, was it days to weeks? Things. It's going to be a very short time where a movie is going to be on demand. They say maximum 3 weeks. So with this pandemic, everybody's starting to adjust their ways, because this industry got to go on. Money is to be made. This is what it's all about. They don't make movies just to entertain people for free. Yeah, they make them to entertain people, but it's for money. You know, some things are just outright just laughable. We've seen a lot of cheesy movies, you know. If you are a Netflix member, believe me, you've seen your fair share of cheese. Remember all the shit that used to come on Sci-Fi Channel that you used to laugh at? It's on Netflix now. So, I kid you not, y'all. It's crazy. But that was me earlier doing voice mod. You know, I got the voice mod program. That was supposed to be the T-Pain one, but T-Pain can actually sing without that. So, I sound horrible with it. It's pretty much this thing. Unless you want me to sound like I'm in a cave or something. And stuff, son. And sometimes it sounds like this in real life. When you're trying to reach out to people and stuff about it, you feel like you're in a cave somewhere, because some people just don't get shit. So like I was saying about the whole thing. Like I was saying about the whole thing, the gaming industry is going to be affected. Basically, it's being affected right now. You know, GameStop, they probably won't ever come back the way they were before, and they're going to have to stick to trying to sell things online. And with movies, they have to adjust to the fact that a lot of movie theaters aren't opening, and when they do reopen, which they talking about at the end of August, a lot of people still going to be apprehensive about coming back. So how do we get these ticket sales and this money, but you get it from the people who are afraid to step their ass in the movie theater by allowing the movie to be available to them very quickly, so they feel like they can talk about it and see the movie around the same time people who actually are brave enough to go to movie theaters, they want to talk about it and see it. You ever be like, yo, I don't want to hear this movie, don't spoil it for me, I'm gonna see it when it come out and stuff. And they're like, no, take your ass to the movie theater. But no, now we got valid reason not to go to a movie theater for certain people. So that's what's changing. And how I think it's going to change the gaming industry is the fact that a certain game company have seen this. it's almost like they saw this coming. Either that, either they Nostradamus, or they sacrificed trying to be the best to be the most lucrative. You know, and this is where I'm going to get into how this movie deal is going with that. It's going to lead into how the gaming industry is changing. We've been talking about it before the pandemic happened. If you are subscribed to my channel, you will understand that I've been talking about the digital era and how it's coming. Even though I'm a collector and so, I don't call myself a super avid gamer like I used to be, because, you know, I got a new career that I'm taking off and I work a lot of jobs, but I'm still passionate about video games and talking about them because they're something I'm passionate about. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I'm the most hardest of the hardcore gamer and blah, blah, blah. Nobody can fuck with me and all this other things. This is why I don't do game reviews, like, unless I can give you my opinions about a game and how I'm going through it. But I'm not going to sit here and give you reviews, because a lot of stuff I choose not to play it till the sun goes down. I play through it. Like right now I'm playing through Ghost of Tsushima, but I'm taking my time with that game because I already know. I sat there and I broke day and I played Infamous Second Son until I couldn't play it no more. And then guess what? The game is done, and it's basically you just going around and killing, respawning Mongols. That's what's gonna happen in Ghost of Tsushima. Once I get through the storyline, I just want to get through it, get better at the combat system, take my time with this. Cause this has been my issue with Sony games, and this is not a knock on their quality, because I think they're very high quality. It's just that they are pretty much, they don't have the replay value that other games have. A lot of these games, like especially their first party games, don't have the replay value. Once you get through the best parts of the game, which is the story, and that goes for Last of Us 2, it goes through Uncharted Lost Legacy, God of War, all great games, right? We're not gonna sit here and say these games are trash, because they aren't. Well, at least to me they aren't. The thing is, once they're done, you just left like, should I try playing on the hard mode? No, because there's nothing rewarding about it. You're just playing the game on the hard mode. No new changes to story. You're going to see the same story again and again and again. This is why I'm glad, you know, we got multiplayer games out here, because multiplayer is very important, and that seems to be where what's the name is succeeding at right now. It seems to be where Microsoft and Game Pass is succeeding. They got a lot of good multiplayers. They got a lot of good platformers on it. They got a lot of good things. And to be honest with you, with somebody who doesn't want to spend $60 on games that I don't trust, and that's to you, Microsoft, because a lot of your first party games this generation would not buy them for $60. But because I have the membership, I get to try these games and see. Like, for a case in point, Crackdown 3, not that great of a game, but I had fun with it. And guess what? I didn't spend $60 on the game that I will have buyer's remorse on. And let's say the game was trash on Game Pass. Guess what happened? Erase it, move on. But I beat the story mode of the game and put it to rest. There was no multiplayer with it, because I knew that when I play multiplayer games, it's mostly FPS games, first person shooter games. Now, I like playing those as in a multiplayer environment. Like, I really do. Multiplayer games, to me, my favorite two genres of multiplayer games is first person shooters and fighting games. That's me. If you feel different about it, let me know in the comment section how you feel. Like, what games, if you are into multiplayer, what games do you prefer? What genre of games? Because FPS and fighting is my two genres that I love playing in multiplayer format. And the thing is that they tried, like, you see them add like a online mode to let's say, for example, what game tried to put an online mode to it and it had a little bit of buzz, and then it died down very quickly. Metal Gear Solid 5 had online to it. And then they tried to add quiet to it. And then Uncharted has online, but it's really not fun. Now, the best experiences I had with multiplayer games, especially first person shooters, was Halo, Call of Duty, and I honestly feel like when I first got my PS4 many years ago, I got Advanced Warfare for it because I didn't have an X. I decided not to get an Xbox One because it really was nothing on it. I didn't get Xbox One until sometime later after I got a PS4 because that's how I feel about first person, right? I mean, not first person, about next gen right now. There's really nothing on it that really grabs my eye that's going to be available on launch day. Now, there's stuff that's promised, there's stuff that's coming that got it. I mean, like, come on now, Halo Infinite. Like, really? Really? Like, if it's going to be available cross generation platform for Xbox and PC, why am I in a rush to get an Xbox Series X? And this would made me think that that game showcase that people were really pissed off about wasn't to show off the Xbox Series X. That's just something to buy. The true next gen for Microsoft, it seems like it's it's Game Pass. I mean, they put in the cloud technology to it. They announced that just about all 20 games that they showed will be available on Game Pass. And I'm like, this is what they're selling. This is basically it. The Series X is just pretty much a prop. If you want to play these games at a more efficient level than you would play on your One X or your Series S, I mean, or your Xbox One S or the One X, here's Series X for you. We got 12 teraflops. We're not going to tap into this system's full power until like 2 years from now when they stop supporting the S and the X from the One series. Like, it's so fucking confusing. I'm like, what is going on here? But this will be, if you're confused about it, I don't blame you because I am too. But at the same time, I'm not looking like, oh my God, Sony's going to do such great things with it. No, the industry's changing, and during this pandemic, why I brought up the movie deal, because now I could see Disney having to do this because you can't keep delaying these movies. You can't keep delaying Mulan. You can't keep delaying all Black Widow. You can't keep doing all these things, and you gotta understand, you trying to capitalize on the opportune time thinking that the industry is going to just go right back to being normal. Some things going to have to give. Things may not ever be the same. And people have so-called horror stories about GameStop. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and be like Clean Prince Gaming and talk about, oh my God, he make up all these fucking videos and tell you all these ridiculous ass stories about fucking GameStop and stuff. And I'm like, come on, bro. If you just get in there, get your games, get out, you'll be fine. I can understand if you were talking about trading in games, because yeah, they don't trade your fucking games in. Just don't. Really don't. I try not to. That's why when I became very selective about the games I bought and the less money I spent on games, the less I trade in. And this is why I'm so happy that such a thing like Game Pass exists. And a lot of people don't understand, like, you're not just paying for a selection of games, you're paying for peace of mind. Really. Because you want to spend $60 on a game that you might not like, and then you find out that, God, I fucking hate this game. I just beat it because I spent my money on it and stuff. Now I'm gonna trade it in. Welcome to GameStop. What's the how much does I get trading value for? $15. I'm like, I just bought the shit for $60 a couple weeks ago. I mean, it can be that drastic. I don't know if it's gonna be that drastic, but you get what I'm saying, right? So I stopped buying sports games like that. Well, you know how I feel about NBA 2K20. 2K. Once they found out they had a hit and they had no opposition to really contend with them, like NBA Live, then they just that they were able to open the door for you. This is why they was able to just basically open the door to the microtransactions, and they just went ridiculous with them. They were like, find another place you can get a good basketball game from of this quality, and this is how they were able to really just stick it to people with the microtransactions. And this is another reason why I don't want one console to be the most dominant. I don't, because dominance breeds complacency, which breeds lower quality games. If we feel like we the only one putting out good games, or we putting out consistent first party games, the quality would dip if Microsoft and Nintendo don't compete. It has to be competition, because competition breeds better games from each other. Like, wow, that Ghost of Tsushima game is dope. Nintendo and Microsoft like, yo, we gotta step our game up. Something of that nature. This is why it's important. It's important to me, definitely. And PC is in its own. Well, Nintendo, you can say technically it's in its own class. As long as if they keep going in this hybrid direction, they're pretty much in their own class. People are like, well, oh my God, the Switch is selling so much. I'm like, they're pimping portability. Nintendo's been pimping portability for a long goddamn time, because the Wii U ain't sell great. The GameCube ain't sell great. The last great selling console they had was the Wii. And guess what? It turned out to be a $250 paperweight, because they sold you a fucking gimmick. And then people got tired of it. They did. GameCube was my favorite Nintendo console in a long time. It really was. It was like, you know, of course, the original NES has nostalgic. Super NES, no question. N64, garbage ass controller. Could not fuck with it. Did not want to fuck with it. I would rather play on a PlayStation DualShock controller. Thank you very much. I would rather play on the Xbox Type S controller. Thank you very much. And then when GameCube came out, it took the quirkiness that the Nintendo 64 controller had and made it ergonomic. All right? Let me see if I have one on me right now. I mean, to show you like that, I can just pull out right now of the controller. So you can see what I mean. It's around here somewhere. Where my GameCube? You know what? I use the Wavebird. Case in point, Wavebird is a bit bigger. Wavebird is a bit bigger, but when you had the original GameCube controller, which I know I have around here somewhere, it's a lot smaller than this. I gotta show you. I mean, you've seen it already, of course. I'm just trying to remember where I put the thing at, you know? Because, anyway, the GameCube controller is very ergonomic. Very. Hell, the Xbox One controller is very ergonomic in comparison to a lot of controllers out there. Like, I can tell you about this current generation. I can play both my Xbox and I can play my PS4, and the controller scheme is damn near familiar. The button schemes ain't that much different. You got instead of your two, your left one and your left two, you got these up here, your right trigger and your right bumper. Okay, the buttons set out like pattern wise and the direction they going in is pretty much the same. I don't understand why the controller, you know, the only difference is that they swap out analog for direction pad, whereas the PlayStation, the direction pad's here and the analog is here, but on the Xbox is reverse. But pretty much, and location wise, they're not that different, you know. But PS4 got that cool pad in the middle where you can touch, the touch sensitive one. That's the one thing they have on it. But other than that, Its setup isn't that much different and stuff. This is the one. This is my 1X controller because when I was playing Sunset Overdrive for the first time, and then hell, let's look at the. Let's take a PS3 controller, which is pretty much no different from a PS2 controller. Um, anatomically, that is. Well, I mean, like, well, cosmetically, anatomically, there's different features in it. As you can see, you got the tray. Like I said, you got the analogs right here. You got the two bumpers, like the 1 and 2, which if you look at the Xbox next to it, you got they the equivalent of each other. The right and these two, pretty much the triggers. Yeah. The only difference, like I was saying, you swap it. Basically, they just swapped arrangement of that. You got the two buttons in there or so, and then the middle button is turn on the power. You got the middle button here to turn on the power. I mean, the only thing that the PS4 adds to it basically is that, like I said, that cool thing in the middle, which I'll show you now. I have one of my controllers up here somewhere. Anyway, I'm all over the place because, like I said, I'm having construction done on my place, so everything's a little bit out of whack right now. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like I'm one of the people that can go back and forth and game on that. I don't. I like, I got the feeling of these controllers. I like that because I've been gaming for a long time. I don't game every day, but I've been gaming for a long time. So I'm another person that can pick up for a case in point here, a Dreamcast controller. It doesn't have the bumpers here, but it has the triggers here. It has the arrangement here, the VMU. It's kind of scaled back. I like it. You got a good grip on it when you put it here. You got the analog here, or if you're using a fighting game, you got the one pad here because you pretty much only really need up, down, left, right, and whatever the directions you go in. The pads here. It's like that. It's cool. Like I really like being able to pick up multiple controllers and play. And that's how my whole mindset became. When I was a kid, I was confined to what my parents couldn't afford for me. Then when I got older and I started buying my own stuff, I started opening myself up to just gaming as best as I could in general. And this is where I've become multi-console. Like I've been multi-console for quite some time. I cut my teeth on Atari, actually, to be honest with you. Like my sister used to beat my ass in Pac-Man. My sister was 6 years older than me. She is. I just was talking to her. I'm talking like past tense. She's still, of course, she's still with me, and she used to beat me and my brother in Pac-Man. She was really good in it. She had the 5200. Literally, we know that would bomb. But my uncle, who's 9 years older than me, had the 2600, and we used to play all the time. Anyway, NES came out. My brother got that for his birthday. He wasn't as much of a gamer as I was. So when he started realizing what girls were and social life and things like that, I was playing it and stuff. And my mother bought us Dick Tracy. Boy, oh boy. If you knew what that game was all about, Dick Tracy was one of the most impossible games to play. Watch the Angry Video Game Nerd. I thought I was the only one throughout all the years who was frustrated with Dick Tracy. Look up Angry Video Game Nerd, Dick Tracy. You'll understand just how fucking bad that game was. And then the Sega Genesis version was superior in every way. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that one, but anyway, I was playing that game, and that game made me just quit Dick Tracy. I just remember how good the movie was to me when I was a kid. I was 12 years old when Dick Tracy came out. Anyway, I was playing that, but my brother realized I was having fun with the console, and he wanted to be possessive of his. But guess what? Mama went and got me my Sega Master System because it's just that I liked the look of the Sega. She wanted to get something different for me because she was like, I'm not going to get you your own Nintendo. I'm going to get you. I was like, I take that one because, of course, being the mother, Like, all right, Nintendo, Sega, different ones they can cross play. They can share. He can play the Sega. My brother can play the Sega if he asks nicely, or they can stop fighting. And he plays his Nintendo, and Kareem, me, will play my fucking Sega Master System. So I fell in love with Sega Master System. And then I didn't know that they stopped making games for it. But one day I was out with my mom. I think KB was still open, and I seen Space Harrier 2. Now I knew of Space Harrier 1 for the Sega Master System. So I was like, Mom, can you buy this game for me and stuff? Not knowing that it was a Genesis game. I was like, oh, this is a new type of game. It's Sega Genesis? Something I said when I was a kid. I didn't know what the word Genesis was. I admit that. I was like fucking, I was 9 years old going on 10. So I was like, "Mom, is this game?" I didn't know that Sega Genesis was even a thing. I saw these games and I'm like, it's by Sega. I have a Sega. This game must fit in it. But I was like, it won't fit. So the guy, my mom returned the game and was like, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you had a Master System. No, this is its own system. She's like, its own system? There's another Sega out? I can remember her telling the guy. He was like, yeah, it's this one here. It's called the Sega Genesis. This is that. It's by the same company, but it's supposed to be 16-bit. It's meaning like it's double the processing. The technology is more advanced and stuff. And I'm like, oh, can I have it? Can you have it? She was like, we'll see about it when Christmas comes. Okay, fine. But in the meantime, she returned that game, got me something for the Sega Master System. I think she got me Shinobi, That's another game I have a fucking history with on this channel. Because little did I know, the console version, the Sega Master System version of Shinobi was easy in comparison to the one hit you're dead limited weapons you had, because in the Master System version you got a chain with a ball and chain, you got different weapons, you got this, and of course it moved very slow. And every board you heard. Then I played the arcade version, and it was 1987. I was 9 years old, also 10. It was 1987. No, I first played Shinobi in the arcade version probably in 1988. Like after it'd been out a year and some change. And I was like, oh, it's no, I'm sorry. I never knew the arcade version existed. I know that it came out in 1987 when I was 9 years old, but I had the Master System when I was 9 years old. That's what I got as a birthday gift on my 9th birthday. But because of Nintendo having a monopoly on selling their games, saying, look, if you sell Sega's game in our store, we will pull support. Nintendo. This is why you think I don't fucking have any respect for Nintendo as a company. I mean, I like some of the games they do, but Nintendo was an evil company. I don't give a damn what you think. I don't care about your nostalgia. Nintendo was an evil fucking company. So they the reason why Sega Master System went under so quickly. I got the Sega Master System at 9 years old in 1987. Okay? But then by the time, about less than a year from that, it became irrelevant. I mean, like in a couple years, it got squeezed out of competition. It was very popular in Europe. I was listening to who else is what's this guy name, wrestler name, Tom Budgen, aka Aleister Black, Netherlands, talking about the Mark III, and that was the Master System. Becky Lynch in Ireland was like, I had the she had the Sega, what do they call it, the Mega Drive. Sega was very popular in Europe, so Nintendo had a monopoly of it here in America. So anyway, had like maybe less than 2 years with the Master System at its, me playing it and having games for it and all this other nature. Christmas 89. This was the year when I saw Space Harrier 2. It was 89. and I was 9 years old going on 10. I mean, I had to be, no, I was going on 11 years old, 10 going on 11. Sorry about that. My math is a little bit off, but you get where I'm going with this. I was 10 going on 11. Accidentally got Space Harrier for the Genesis, not knowing that Genesis existed. My mother got educated by the KB store employee. I was like, Mommy, come on, I want this. Can I get this? Can I get this? This is a new Sega. I want this Sega. She's like, we'll see about Christmas. And I think I've told you before, the rest is history. Christmas, 1989 going into 90. 1989 going into 90. Of course, me and my brother and sister. You know, I'm being 10. She's 16. My brother's 13. We got up and guess what? It was sitting there. We got up to rush to the living room and play our games. This was back when you needed a TV and all games played through Channel 3. Yes, I'm not old, y'all. I'm 40. I'm 41 going on 42. I probably talk my age here because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm well, back in my day when I did gaming. No, I will tell you that you getting gypped financially. They are raping us, but I love a lot of it. I've been gaming since then. I never stopped. Anyway, Christmas '89, Altered Beast came with Sega Genesis. Me and my brother played Altered Beast because I think it came with 2 controllers. This when consoles came with 2 controllers, y'all. The Sega Genesis came with 2 controllers. Me and my brother was playing Altered Beast until we could not stay awake anymore. It was the best Christmas I ever had, man. And this is why Sega will always be ingrained in my gaming memory over Nintendo. Not because, oh my God, it's a better company. It's because I had the best memories with it. And this is what leads me to right now with what's going on right now. People talking about, well, Sony is this and Sony is that. I'd be honest with you, I have better gaming experiences with Xbox. And this is no knock to Sony at all. I'm just saying. So, but Microsoft don't have enough games to compete. So I'm not going to sit here and be delusional and say it's the better console. I'm saying I have I had better gaming experiences with multiplayer and with friends. Can you understand that? Xbox Live, I've been Pilot Raziel 5 for years. That username I have, like for Xbox Live, when I signed up for it back in the day, when people laughed at the fact that, oh my God, you're gonna pay $60 a year to play online? That is fucking ridiculous. And let's fast forward to how many years ago when Sony started doing it. Because like I said, these companies are here to make money. They are not gonna leave money on the table. They taking it. They all in. Oh, these things could raise. You know, this whole time I had this thing and I did not realize that these arms raise because they so stiff. So anyway, I spent enough for this chair. It better. So I've been Pilot Raziel 5. If you can find me on Xbox Live, it's lowercase Pilot. Capital Raziel 5. Raziel, like Legend of Kain Soul Reaver Raziel, but I put an H after the A. So Raziel from Soul Reaver was Raziel. I am Rahziel 5. Pilot Raziel 5. Because I chose Raziel 5. But somebody beat me to that name. So they had to throw Pilot in front of it. And I never changed it. So I've been Pilot Raziel 5. And on PlayStation, once they went with their paid service, I became known as Geki Saber. You know, that's a Super Sentai reference. If you know Geki Ranger, which I have the claw on my chest from, you know the Geki Saber was John Kondo's weapons. The two fins he got on the two swords he got from the Shark Master, with the wushu, those things. So my username became Geki Saber for PlayStation 4, which it still is. Never changed it. So I've been around this type of thing. I've been around video games for a long time. I'm not saying, if I can go through these stories and tell you history of gaming and things of that nature, I would love to sit here. If I had time, I would do that because it's fun. I love fucking video games, and I don't want to ever limit myself to just one console. I like to play. I like to play on different ones. I like to say, you know what? I might not be the biggest fan of Nintendo, but that first party game that's only available on Nintendo, I want that game. I want to get that game. I want to look at PlayStation 4 and be like, you know what? I want that game. I want to look at Microsoft and be like, you know what? That Game Pass is a good game. The Game Pass system. I want to play this game. Oh, they got Devil May Cry 5? Oh my god, I wasted money. I bought Devil May Cry 5 for PS4. Now it's on Game Pass. But did I trade it in? No. Because fuck GameStop, right? I'm not trading that in. But the fact that now, if I wanted to be a graphics whore, I can play Devil May Cry at 60 frames or whatever. I can play on Xbox One X. It's supposed to be optimized for that. I don't fucking know. My thing is that I'm a big fan of Game Pass because it gives me variety within Xbox. But then having a PS4 and a Switch gives me just the variety I want, and I never would want to change that. I would never want to put myself in one box. And if you do, that's good. More power to you. But don't come to my fucking channel trying to convince me saying, oh, why you caping for one? We got a lot of chode smokers out here. You know who don't bother me about what I talk about in multi-console shit? The Microsoft and the Nintendo fanboys. But you gotta find your occasional PlayStation fanboy coming around, like after he finished wiping Sony's cum from his chin, they want to come around and tell you, that what you talking about the competition for? Play on the best console. That's subjective, motherfucker. Number one. Number two, best console? You mean best selling one? Yeah, we get that. Just because a woman's pussy is cheap doesn't make it good pussy. Okay? So you can't. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you you're an idiot for being a Nintendo fanboy or a Sony fanboy or a Microsoft fanboy. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that. I'm gonna sit here and tell you that might work for you and you and you, but for me, this works for me. And that's basically how I'm gonna keep it, But how long I've been running this? 40 minutes? I've been on here for 40 minutes, man. 40 fucking minutes. Ah, man. I'm surprised nobody left a comment yet. Like I said, I have a small channel, so I ain't expecting a lot of people to catch my live streams. The weather's nice. It's summertime. People is out right now. If I wasn't out of work right now because of possibly having dehydration, I had an incident at work where I might have had a heat stroke. I'm not sure about that. You gotta understand, I work in an ambulance. It's hot as balls right now. Like, the humidity in New Jersey is off the fucking charts right now. And even staying hydrated, you just piss that out. Like, people, now I didn't realize I gotta make use of my Gatorade. I gotta have Gatorade, I have to have water, and I have to have I have to eat consistently good. And I have to eat a lot of cold food too. Like, I'm gonna get back on my grilled chicken. Meaning, I'm gonna tell you this now, y'all. Who here, if anybody's watching this, who here cooks their own food? Who likes to cook? Or tell me how you eat. because I got to start bringing back this thing that I was doing. And it's a very easy thing for summer. Summer, you don't want to be in the kitchen. You don't want to be, you got hot foods. You don't want to be cooking over a stove or things of this nature. Do this. Get a can of the best quality chicken breast that you can find, like, and it's in water, not in any other liquids or its own, in water. Take that, open that can of chicken breast. Make sure it's breast. Don't get no scraps one. Make sure it's chicken breast. It's gonna cost a little bit more. Wait, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hello. Hey, baby. Sorry. You home already?
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm home. Oh, she hung up by accident. Ooh, okay. Ooh. My girlfriend called. Anyway, you have take this thing before I finish, cause I gotta eat. This food is making me hungry right now. Talking about food. Take this thing method. Get canned chicken breasts. Get canned chicken breasts, and this is what you do. You strain it out. Who's sending me messages? Oh, she's sending me a message. Hold on. Oh, all right. I'm trying to get to it. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a moment. Oh, damn, I missed the messages. Hello?
Why you taking so long for that?
I'm sorry because I have the phone on vibrate. I have the phone on vibrate and I had it on the desk while I'm doing a live stream. And I was like, wait, someone's calling me. Yes. I'm doing a live stream right now.
What are you
And
doing?
I'm doing a live stream, babe.
What?
Live. I'm live on YouTube. They can see you. They can see your picture there. All right, now they can't see you. But yeah, I was doing a live stream. So give me 1 second. I have to take this and stuff. I know y'all gonna say she wear the pants, right? But anyway, get the chicken breast, y'all. Use like the Chipotle ranch dressing from Thousand Islands. Put it in a whole wheat pita or put it on whole wheat bread. You have a cold sandwich, good to go. You don't have to be in the refrigerator. I mean, you don't have to be in the kitchen cooking. You got something good to eat, something light and healthy. Take it from me. Remember, grilled chicken. Chicken in a can. Strain it out. Mix it with the Chipotle ranch dressing. Put it in a wheat pita or a sandwich. Good to go. But I have to go now because I have to eat and I have to talk to my lady here. Okay, y'all. So I'll check y'all later because I'm.